What's the deal, my people? I am your host, Don Tony Teflon. Welcome to Teflon TV. And in this video, we are going to go over the ending and full recap of Invincible, Season 3, Episode 8. And without a doubt, let's just get this right out the way. This is the greatest superhero battle ever put on screen. We're talking animation, live action, does not matter, TV screen, movie theaters. Nothing comes close to this battle. It is spectacular. I've never seen anything like it before, and this is coming from somebody who did not read these comic books, so let's go through it. I would say for the first 3/4 of this battle, what we really get is Conquest just baiting Invincible, trying to make him unleash all of his fury onto him so that he feels that he doesn't have to hold back as much because he does not want to. This reminds me 100% of the first time Kratos in the God of War fights Thor, and the way Thor was baiting Kratos just to get him to unleash the real Kratos, and that's what this 100% reminded me of.
Boy, Allfather has plans for him. There he is. There's the God of War.
I don't know if the God of War got this from them or they got this from them. Either or, it was a great setup and they did a great job with it. Now, during the battle, I don't know how these cameramen are getting this footage or who they are, but we see on the news Mark getting his shit kicked in, and this leads Oliver to say that he wants to go help. Now, every other time we have seen his mother say, no, you cannot do it, you're too young, but at this particular time, she sees the threat and she says, just be quick. Don't let him grab you, but get out there and help your brother. Now, is a conflict of interest that, Mark is her flesh-born son, and this really isn't her son. So is she willing to sacrifice this boy just to save Mark? I don't know, but it seems like that. Now, as the battle rages on, and let me tell you, we have seen battles in this show. We've seen him versus Father Omni-Man. We've seen the Invincible War. But this, with one person, is a harder battle than both of those battles combined. This Conquest, it seems unstoppable. And to me, the Viltrumites, have always said, I don't know exactly how strong they could be because they don't have any powers other than superhuman strength and all that stuff. No, heat vision or anything like that. But this guy is just a brute. And as Oliver sees it and he catches up to them and tries to get involved in the battle, obviously at first he is successful, but in the end he's just a child and it shows. But what they're trying to show is that this gives Mark a real reason to fight. Conquest and the other Viltrumites, they fight for the glory of their empire, but it's not personal to them. That's not enough. When these people come in, Adam and Eve and his brother, this is what gives Mark that extra motivation to push forward in these wars and these battles, and that's why most of the times they're always going to be successful. Yet when you're watching this, you gotta start to ask yourself, is it really enough? I mean, they did a great job making you think that there's no stopping this man. This guy is like the Juggernaut. If they ever did the Juggernaut justice, this is what they would portray him as. This would be the character mold that they use, because this is who the Juggernaut is supposed to be in Marvel. Yet your strength is always your weakness, and when you care about somebody's well-being, you're always going to let your guard down, and this is exactly what happens to Mark multiple times in this episode. But even when we see Mark just about get the upper hand, when we see Mark just go in there and start pounding the piss out of this dude, what happens? The dude just stands up like it's nothing. He just stands up like he did nothing to him. His best efforts did not work. We then quickly transition to the Pentagon to find out what else is going on while this battle's going on. And we see Cecil here, and he's got a new project going on, but it's just not going to be ready in time to help affect what's going on here right now. They have taken Mark's old clones and they are reanimating them, making them into warriors. As this is going on, they transition that into Adam Eve and her recovery. But while she's doing the recovery, as she wakes up, she looks over at the TV set and she sees that Mark is in this battle. So she suits up, still injured, to go out there and get ready to help Mark. And this is when her parents learn that not only is Mark her boyfriend, but Mark is also invincible, which they should think that, hey, she's a superhero, have a superhero boyfriend. It transitioned back to the battle, and Conquest is still on the ass-whooping mission. But he separates Mark and his brother, and at this particular time, I really thought he was going to rip Bug Boy in half. He grabs this kid, he stretches his body. We see this kid's teeth just fall right out of his mouth. I've never seen a kid superhero get their ass handed to him like this kid just got their ass handed to him. And this is what I want to see in superhero movies. I don't want to see Hulk making jokes with Thor. I want to see the consequences are serious, and that things are really being affected around them by the people that are being killed by all this onslaught. They do a great job in this, but I really didn't think that this kid was going to survive. But Mark does, in the nick of time, get there to help him out, while Cecil then comes and transports him out of there. Now, we've seen a shot like this before when he fought Omni-Man, but not to this graphic nature. He just rips him through houses, buildings, and all of the people that are around's body just splatting as he drives Mark's body right through them. And they're like bugs on a windshield, the way he's just pushing through all these people and all their bodies are exploding. Just well done. I just love the scene. And we then end up outside, and finally Eve makes her way out there to fight the guy. Now, I liken Eve's powers to Firestar. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but it does seem that that's what it's supposed to be. But if it's like that, then she should be, if not the most powerful superhero, then one of the top 2 most powerful superheroes in this whole universe and dimension. And she shows up and she does a good trick. She makes the air thicker so he can't move as fast. But I don't understand why every time she makes a mallet, she hits him with the side that doesn't have the spikes. Why wouldn't you put a spike on the bottom side and hit him with him? But even so, as she does a great job fighting him and doing the best that she can while Mark tries to recover. Eventually, after Mark gets his leg broken, they keep going with the battle. Conquest just gets the upper hand, and he breaks her armor off her and literally rips her face wide open where she looks like Two-Face, and then puts his arm right through her stomach so his hand comes out the back, and it looked like she's dead. And at this particular time is when Mark, he cares about her, he goes to his knees and he's just crying about her and everything. And she looks like she's out of it, but this then gives Mark the final motivation to go and try to stop Conquest once again. But even with this motivation, even after he's seen his girlfriend beat the hell out of him, and he does a great job, hits this dude's hand, breaks his hand while he's doing it, it still is not enough to stop this Conquest. Until Adam Eve, all of a sudden the mental block is lifted off her and she's able to fully project her powers, and she shoots this beam out of her and it basically fries the flesh right off of Conquest. And that still is not enough to put this man down until Mark just goes full Viltrumite and headbutts the hell out of him, basically breaking his skull wide open. And finally, Conquest is put down. No other things happen after this. We see the burial of Rex, the service for him and everything, and Robot takes his name. Truly, I'm not interested in talking about that. I just really want to talk about this battle and how it's the best thing that I've seen on television for any superhero genre ever done on the screen. Now, we also find out at the end of this whole thing, we know Cecil is trying to keep Conquest alive. I thought he wanted to make him into a reanimate, but he wants to question him, interrogate him. But we have the people below him that know that the body is there and that he's going to use Conquest's body to fuse his soul in him. And if this happens, then Cecil is a fool. He should have just got rid of the body when he had the chance. But listen, you tell me what you think in the comment section. Was this the greatest superhero battle you've ever seen on television, on the movies, animated, live? It doesn't matter. Is it the best to you? To me, I don't even think it's close. And if you like the way I do it, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.